This week on the weekly wrap-up, we talk about PlayStation VR games like Seeking Dawn and that new samurai thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just bear with us. It's going to be a good one, I promise.
Yep.
This is the weekly wrap-up.
Do you ever Trans or Z? Did you watch Trans or Z? That's what it reminded me of. Did you remember that show? No? Oh, it's like a mech robot. Again, it's
Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
Well, the sister had a robot too, and her boobs were missiles. Where the boy, his arms were more missiles.
Okay.
He had a little hovercraft, and he landed into
I could shoot lasers.
This is the Midnight Gamescast. We record every Monday night at midnight, and then we bring it to YouTube every Tuesday. It's the weekly wrap-up. That's this right here. Every Wednesday, it's PlayStation VR.
Theater?
That's a thing. And every Thursday as Viewer Takeover. As always, my name is Brian Pauling. To my right, your left, the greatest American hero.
Oh, yeah, he was...
You're a hero?
Yeah.
Clumsy.
Yeah. Jeremy King.
Howdy.
What's going on, bud?
Nothing. You just reminded when we did theater that it was like we went to go see Spider-Man, and you know, they were like, you know, my girlfriend said something. I'm like, yeah, the theater, and she's like, what? You know, like I just
and then you were like, don't you watch this show?
Yeah, and I was like, no, I don't want her to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope none of my future anythings are watching.
Yeah, I don't want them to.
No.
Yeah,
Nobody
okay.
I love. Except you guys and you guys.
Yeah,
That's
nobody
right.
watches the show.
But you guys are part of it.
We love you all.
Yes.
And to my left, you are right, Michelle Baracchioni.
Hey, welcome back. It is freaking hot in here.
No, it's not. It's perfect.
Perfect in here. This shirt
It's
isn't.
perfect.
I'm not sweating through this already.
No, he's not at all.
No?
No.
Awesome.
Don't touch him.
Don't just wipe it on
Oh,
you. Okay.
sweatiness.
All right. All right, guys. Before we begin the show, there's a couple things I want to talk about real quick.
Please do.
I think the biggest thing is that last week we talked a little bit about Dreamcast Guy and his top 10 reasons why the PlayStation VR already failed. With some recent revelations in the last week, Dreamcast Guy has taken down that video. Apparently, things went real bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Apparently,
Domino effect, actually.
He got some death threats and some phone calls to his house. He was being harassed. And that's not cool at all.
No.
I feel like I've said this 1,000 times this week, but we don't care how annoying your video was or how obnoxious it might have been or how inaccurate it was. The important thing is that we treat each other with respect.
Right.
And so we just wanted to say publicly that we don't condone that kind of behavior. And as an open sort of letter, open forum, I don't know if you guys have anything to say, but I wanted to say to Dreamcast Guy, those death threats, those phone calls,
Not okay.
Not okay,
No.
and hopefully not from our community, not from our game cats. It's yeah.
I'd like to assume it wasn't from
I would
our
hope
community.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
So we just want to say those people do not reflect our entire community.
No way.
PlayStation VR community so far has been very, very positive for the most part, and you know.
that's because we're all happy playing VR.
Yeah.
We don't have to like your videos, man. If I can keep making them.
Yeah.
Right?
I won't watch them.
Right.
You know?
Totally fine. He's not gonna watch us either,
Yeah,
so it's
it's fine.
mutual. It's totally fine.
Right?
He's been a game cat since day one.
It's your dad.
I've seen the video. It might be my dad.
It could be.
No.
Interesting.
Also, we want to give a shout
It
out.
looked very similar. Like when you're
It
asleep,
did.
he's like, "Hey, you filming?"
Creepy.
Yeah.
Right, that's maybe the creepiest thing you've said all day.
It's up there.
Just wait. I'll top it.
It's very exciting.
Yes.
Also, we want to give a shout out to Carping On, who's making a video game.
Yeah.
Save the game cats.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, you know how to make video games?
Right?
Awesome.
Oh shit.
Right?
It's very impressive.
Very.
It is.
Not something that just comes naturally. You don't wake up
Yeah.
one day and go, I think I'm going to make a video game.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. But very cool. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, that
we
was
saw a little
crazy.
preview before we started
Yeah.
here.
Pretty
Yeah.
neat.
Just so way to go, man. Like
Yeah.
Jeremy and I were just saying before we started filming, like we definitely never thought anyone would want to make a video game about us or our community here.
Yeah.
No.
And at 4,000 subscribers, I thought we were a long way off from anything like that happening.
Right.
Right.
So very cool, man. Keep up the good work. We will absolutely be keeping keeping an eye on your progress.
Yeah. Awesome.
And then I guess we should probably say that the PlayStation VR, Frank and I collaborated on a little bit of a video.
You did.
Yes, you did.
For anyone who took the video seriously and was like, man, that seems really awkward. Well, yeah,
That
of course
Brian
it's
guy
awkward.
was a little weird.
Yeah, we filmed it 1,000 miles away from each other and just kind of mashed the two videos together.
Right.
I thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was wicked funny.
Yeah.
I was
How
laughing.
he's doing his thing while you're talking and,
he's
you're
just
just
like,
shifting. Yeah.
Right, like looking at each other. No, we had a lot of fun doing it, and
Yep.
it's definitely let us know if that's something that you want more of in the future. Yeah, we were totally down. It didn't take a ton of work, and we had a lot of fun doing it. So let us know what you like. I know there's like some only Without Parole people and some only Frank people, but I think the
matched
Venn
together, too.
diagram
There's a little bit in there.
Venn diagram
Yeah.
crosses over quite a bit.
You said there were comments of being like that you were there and they knew you and everything. So
Yeah,
that
shout out
was
to
pretty cool.
all of the Game Cats that are
Yeah.
also Frank fans.
Yeah.
When looking through the comments over on that
That was
video
neat.
on Frank's channel, the number of times I saw Brian Paul loves you all, or a shout out to Without Parole
Yeah.
Games, or or just the number of people that were just happy we did it. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
That was cool.
So
Yeah.
we really do love you guys. Thank you for being so vocal about your Without Parole support.
Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely. Might I add, if I happen to be just sitting here scratching a lot, it's just because of the sunburn. I don't want to say that I'm scratching because of some fleas or something, just to warn everybody at home. That's all. Thank you. There was a
I'm
sunburn
glad you're on
incident.
that side.
Yeah, because I'm like,
While can you take a look at this rash I have?
Can I lick it?
Well, I figured it was strange that it happened to be on your side.
Oh.
Right? So
Oh.
maybe
And now it's
you
starting
picked
to
up
make
something
sense.
during the podcast.
It's a love rash.
Right?
Brian.
Usually it's STDs, but I'm like, I'll give an arm TD.
Arm titty?
Arm titty.
An
Arm titty.
an arm transmitted
I don't want your
disease.
arm titty.
It's like an arm titty. Yeah.
It's contagious and you've all got it.
Okay.
All right. So Terrence Monroe's tuned out.
Nice arm titties,
Oh,
Michelle.
completely got it.
Arm titties. This is
I
not a
don't think
thing.
that's a So games?
Anyways, yes, video
Yeah.
game. It's
Yeah.
been 12 minutes.
Really has. What do you
We'll
think-
get to that.
Yeah, that's later.
Before we begin the show, do you guys think we should do the second weekly mandatory "Is your microphone facing the right direction?" test?
Psh, mine is.
Mine
Perfect.
definitely seems to be facing the right direction, Jeremy.
Yep, it's the right direction. Wait,
That star doesn't look proper.
the start. Wait,
Dun, 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 dun,
There we
dun,
go.
dun,
So
dun,
I'm
dun.
going to call it.
what?
Do you guys want to begin this episode?
Ah.
I'm ready.
Sure.
Let's
Sure,
begin this
let's do
episode
it.
the way we begin every episode, the little game of should we or shouldn't we, where we put 60 seconds on the clock up on the counter, the way that Jeremy likes it. Where's the
Boom!
And why do we do that?
And
Like, you were going so great.
It was.
Everything was perfect.
Forgot
I
what
was
she
waiting
was for a
the
second.
clock. Where we're going to tell you what we have been playing or
Tell who?
watching. The Game Cats.
Wow. I like how the cat just rule.
Right, zooms now.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. It's getting angrier and older.
Right?
Like a crotchety old cat.
60
Little
seconds
more
where we
daring.
tell you what we have been playing or watching and if you should be
verified.
playing or watching.
Boom, boom.
Who wants to start?
Boom, boom.
I'll go
Jeremy,
for it. Yeah. Let's do it.
what was that?
We don't
On
know.
your mark, get set, and go.
Two things. So, Zelda
That's two more than last week.
is. I put that to the
Progress.
side because Final Fantasy 12 is awesome so far. It's really good.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
That's surprising.
Yeah, I think it's solid. It looks great. It really does. I mean, yeah, it still looks older, but it really looks well polished. You know, they did a really good job. They streamlined, obviously, the class system, all that stuff, the license boards, which is pretty neat. I haven't gotten too deep yet. Couple of hours. Definitely awesome. Worth every penny. I'm not going to be giving it up soon like I feared. And also,
The second thing. I'm nervous for you.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, how was
yeah.
it?
We
you
went and saw
saw
it.
it.
It was awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was funny. It was definitely really good acting. It wasn't an origin story. They didn't dive at all into that. They just started and went, you know? And it was just really well done. I want to get it all in the force. Definitely should you. I was pleased.
He was pleased.
Can I ask a question?
You may.
I think the only Spider-Man movies I've ever seen were the original 3 from PlayStation 2 era.
Yeah.
That's the only way I know how to put it, because I remember those games being out for that.
with Tobey Maguire.
Thank you, Tobey Maguire. And those, all three of those, I thought were pretty good. I know the third one gets a little shit. But
Sandman. And all that
yeah,
shit.
but
Although I like that actor.
But especially at the time, I mean, like we didn't have this influx of like superhero movies, so we had
True.
very little
Which
to
is
compare
like
it to.
every week now.
Yeah.
Every
it
week.
seems like it. Yeah.
So at the time, like, you know, they were few and further between, and like you were really appreciative for everything you had.
Yes.
I never saw the next round of Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
What were those called? The Amazing Spider-Man?
Those were decent too. I
There were
liked
two
them.
or three of them.
Two of them. There were two of them.
And they were good.
Yeah, they were decent. I
Better
liked
than
them.
the Tobey Maguire ones?
Different. Tobey Maguire
like
was
the Tobey Maguire
definitely
ones.
a little bit of a but I still would like you.
Yeah.
I was amazed with the first one because that was like that first. I mean, of course, they were
The initial,
other
this is Spider-Man,
superhero
this is
movies,
awesome.
but yeah, it was something about it. So I always liked that first one.
So where does this one fall in the rank of all six?
It's totally different. I can't explain it. I really enjoyed it. I don't know.
There we go.
More
All
towards
right.
the top, I want to say.
More towards the
I
top.
feel I enjoyed this one more than the Andrew Garfield ones.
Okay.
The Amazing Spider-Man. Those two, I think I like this a little bit better. He was definitely
So
more
worth seeing.
kid-like. It was neat. I don't want to give too much away, but
Yeah, I've heard nothing
Yeah.
but positive things.
yeah,
So
it was
I'm down.
really well done.
unfortunately, I know one of these nights is just going to be like a late night of editing, and I'm just going to like go on the PlayStation Store and like just rent the two amazing ones.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna might as well just get caught up with the ones I haven't seen for cheap.
Yeah.
Right.
And then eventually make it to this one. I feel like I'm never going to make it to the theater to see this, because every time I go to the theater, as I tell everybody daily, I only go for horror movies, it seems like.
That's
Yes.
true, yeah.
So,
And then they just turn out to be really bad.
Yeah.
yeah, it comes at night. Ugh,
This,
jeez.
oh my God.
I didn't even
Nothing
come
came
that
at night.
Nope.
Yeah. Not even that night for me. It killed it for me.
Yeah.
It killed it for me.
All right.
Are you next?
I'll go next.
On your mark.
Get set.
And go.
Go. I have been playing Robinson the Journey. A little late to the game, but that's okay. I thought the graphics were really great and detailed. It's a little slow paced. It was interesting because at first I thought that it was a move controller, and it's not. And
you're carrying
because
something
you're
that looks like a
literally
move
carrying a
controller.
move controller,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, and I like try to turn mine on, and I'm like, wait, I can't actually do this. Crap. So that was kind of weird and disappointing, and took me a second to like realize what to do on the DualShock and everything, because it seems like you're supposed to have move controllers for it. And then just a bunch of climbing and up and down things, and it was cool. It was fun. How long is it? I don't know how long it actually is.
7 inches.
It's been forever. I think I want to say like 5 or 6 hours. Like, it wasn't the longest game.
I was playing today, and we don't have AC at the house, and I had to take it off. It was so hot, but definitely should you on.
Can you squeeze it in .01?
I don't know if I can. Robinson the Journey.
No, not at all.
My favorite part about Robinson the Journey is you were spending a lot of time here during the time I was reviewing that, and I remember that like you were playing piano, and I was like laying on the bed, and I was like, I gotta write Robinson the Journey. I gotta write the review, and all I remember is I kept saying the name over and
Robinson.
over. I was like,
The Journey.
Robinson
The Journey.
The Journey. Like, I couldn't
And
start.
you
I couldn't
could-
get past the title. Like,
And
she
you
was like,
just,
what do you have so
pen
far
and
for the
paper.
review? And I was like, the title.
Robinson The Journey. That's all I have.
That was tough. That was a tough one to write.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting puzzle solving though.
So the motion sickness.
It was okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad.
Because this is one that people always complain about. They have problems with, and then go back to like later, and they're like, "Oh, it's actually not that bad."
I'm blaming it more on the heat right now.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe if I pick it up again.
There's no heat. What are you talking about?
Why'd you get motion sickness with this one?
Well, again, it was an early title. Like
Yeah.
it didn't come out. I think it came out kind of in the launch window, like maybe a month after PlayStation VR launched.
So yeah.
And it was one of the very few. Like, Here They Lie and this were one of the very few that like let you walk around.
Yeah.
And Here They Lie made me a little sick too.
Here They
That one
Lie.
did.
I can't
Yeah.
play that game.
But I've gone back to not Robinson, but definitely Here They Lie recently, and been like, no, everything's fine.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
haven't
God,
gone
no.
back to that one
I,
since then, so I wonder because it did give you that little bit of a queasy feeling.
Yeah.
Not bad, not like I'm gonna puke, but like a queasy feeling.
It's been patched since, so I think they might have taken care of like maybe like a jittery frame rate and stuff like that. That like unconsciously you might not have known was happening,
Right.
but it would
Okay.
make you sick.
Yeah.
So like the demo I don't think will prove anything, but if you play the actual game, You might. Know
I put Here They Lie in first and tried to play that one, and I was like, I cannot do this, and switched over immediately. So
Game was a little bit fucked, huh?
Here They Lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I get like 40 minutes in.
It was like living in a perverted sex dungeon that was like all fucking creepy.
I didn't get far enough.
Nope, you didn't get to the good part.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Too bad. On your mark.
No.
Get set and go.
Okay, so last week I talked a little bit about the Brookhaven AIM patch.
Yes.
Brookhaven Experiment got another patch today, and
Wow.
and it took care of my only complaint about the AIM patch, which was that the gun was almost invisible because it was like so lost in the darkness. They improved the anti-aliasing, so like everything looks the way I remember it being, at launch now, and they have these illuminated sights now. So even though the gun is completely dark, you can look down and see the front and the back sight. And you're okay now. So it's a lot more fun. I played it for just a little bit to see if it was any better, and it's way better. So definitely should be on that. And the other thing I played a lot of Fantastic Contraption this week. Great game. It's pretty much different. Pretty much a lot different than it was on the PC VR, because it's not room scale. You're not like really sitting in the middle of these things you're building. You're kind of just like, it's more like sitting at a table and like building these little contraptions, these mechanisms to complete your goal. Trying to get this little blob into this big mass over here. You build little cars and stuff. It's a lot of fun. Very creative. Should we?
Nice.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
You've done this before.
A few times. I think 71 times that makes.
71.
To be exact.
Although Should We or Shouldn't We was not an original segment.
No.
We didn't have any segments on the
Yeah,
first
there was.
day.
It was just a long hour or whatever
Just
it was.
talking.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I think like Brett would take time out. I think there were segments where he napped. And he would like leave the
And
room
talked
and
about
like
how he was
text
hungry.
people.
Yawning. Yeah,
So-
texting. You'd be like, what?
There's a texting segment. Yeah, there was a lot of interesting things happening during that
It was
show.
texting segments, yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk about the early episodes though in viewer takeover, so come back on Thursday because we're going to talk about that. Let's see, guys. So here's the deal.
Yes.
I'm trying to make the weekly wrap up not just about our week wrapped up.
Yeah.
Because we do talk quite a bit about that.
Yeah.
It's also very important for the viewers, because I guess there's people watching, which is kind of strange.
Just a few.
That we should talk about the PlayStation VR happenings of the week.
Okay.
Sweet.
Right?
Sure.
So,
What's happening?
well, I don't know if you guys saw last week. I did the Fantastic Contraption Let's Play and the Bellows Let's Play. The Bellows is $5. It's a haunted house simulator. It's okay. Not okay. I wouldn't buy it for $5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Free, yes. 5, no.
Free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds terrible.
How valuable is your time? That's the big
Wow.
question. Because it's 15 minutes and it's like,
Could have been doing something else.
could have been doing
Right.
something else.
Yeah.
I could have been making
Could
some
have
more
taken
progress.
that 15 minutes to look for another game.
Yeah, really.
I could have been making a sandwich pancake.
There we go. A sandwich pancake.
Sandwich pancake.
Is that a thing?
It's our new favorite thing.
McGriddle.
Oh, how the closed captions doing down there, guys? I don't know.
Yeah, really.
So
We'll talk about that in viewer takeover.
but I woke up today to see a new trailer from
Or
PlayStation
did you
itself.
wake up, Brian?
I woke up late this afternoon to a new trailer called Reborn: A Samurai Awakens.
Yep.
That should probably be playing on the bottom of this. This is not PlayStation VR Theater. Don't worry, you didn't miss a day. You're
No,
fine.
it's still-
You
yeah,
don't
you didn't
worry
sleep
about
through
your
it.
head. It's working properly.
Or is it?
So while it's playing down below, what did you guys think of this trailer?
Looked cool.
I
Lots
thought
of
so, yeah.
QuickTime events.
swords and lightsabers.
Choppy chop. A lot of
Yeah.
chopping. Yeah, I thought it looked pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely move controllers, right?
Oh, yeah.
Move controllers.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Lightsabers, guns.
Yeah.
Like these are all things that should make a
Quick
good game.
time things, keep you on your toes. Maybe takes care of the whole.
Laser shooting
Locomotion
flying
aspect is-
eyes.
Yeah.
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 I was confused because a lot of this it would show the two characters that were fighting and they're like jumping and like twirling all over around each other,
Yeah.
like all around the arena, and then it showed what seemed like the actual gameplay, which was first person with the two hand motions.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can't really move. It didn't look
No.
like it looked like there was just no locomotion, like no teleportation, no free walking, nothing.
No.
I don't know how I feel about that. I'm like, we've already got Fruit Ninja. This is just
You think it's
Chopping
something
up.
that's like that? Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll
It's a very
see.
confusing trailer, and I know a lot of the game cats were excited about it.
It looks pretty polished. It looks neat.
Well, how can you
know?
not be excited about lightsabers?
Right?
How can you not be? Well, here's the thing. I did a little bit of research.
Samurai sabers. Light samurai.
Yeah, we don't want to get in trouble here.
Yeah.
But Reborn of Samurai Awakens is made by Winking VR. I don't know if you recognize that name, but they are the people behind the game Unearthing Mars. Unearthing Mars was Unearthing Mars.
That one.
Sometimes it's like I'm here all by myself.
I like how she's like,
So Unearthing Mars, go check out the review if you're not familiar with Unearthing Mars. Maybe I'll play the review down here. Who the fuck knows what's gonna happen?
Maybe.
But Winks,
For the record, I did watch that review.
You did?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Oh my god, Unearthing Mars was like, I think it was like I want to say like 12 chapters or something, and all the chapters felt like wildly different from each other. It seemed like they had all these ideas for a game, instead of like finding a way to like put them together.
Yeah.
They just separated this game into chapters where every single one, like one you're just walking around with teleportation, another one you're driving this like Land Rover around Mars, another one you're like defending a city in the future with like guns and shit.
Weird.
The whole thing felt very disjointed. It was an okay game.
Yeah.
And at least it was reasonably priced. It was only like $12 or something. But I mean, definitely not like. It didn't instill me with any faith that they were going to do this properly.
Okay.
Right.
I see.
But maybe if they focused their efforts into like one style of game instead of whatever the hell they were doing in Unearthing Mars,
Yeah.
maybe it could be okay.
It's coming
Maybe.
out the end of this year,
Is it?
right? Yeah.
I'm believing you.
No.
I have
It's
to.
coming out the end of this year.
Fantastic. You heard it here.
All right.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Looked like, I don't know. It could have been fun. Yeah, they showed the twisting and turning, but all games do that shit, you know?
Yeah.
They show amazing stuff that you, obviously when you get into the real gameplay, it doesn't do it. I don't know. Looked pretty neat. We'll see.
And the other big thing we heard about was that Multiverse announced that their big game, like their apparently very big game, Seeking Dawn. This is the one that Frank and I talked about.
Yep.
It's coming to PlayStation VR. We
Yeah.
were all hoping it would, but now we have official confirmation that it's definitely coming.
Nice.
And that's fantastic.
Yeah.
This is like that big meaty game that everybody wants.
Yep.
Right? It's about 10 hours if you just blast through from beginning to end, but there's literally over 100 hours of stuff to do in the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's crafting and all sorts of cool things.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
VR says you shouldn't play through 10 hours straight.
Take some breaks.
Well, then how am I ever going to get through the other half of Resident Evil 7 in
Oh,
Madhouse?
Jesus. How are you doing on that, by the way?
My eyes are bugging out of my head. I don't know if you guys saw my tweet this week, but I killed mutated Jack in the barn with just a handgun. That was fun. Just a pistol.
How'd you do it the first time?
And I don't remember.
Okay.
I have no idea. But I remember taking quite a few tries, and this time it took probably 200 tries.
Oh shit.
And I don't know why I never changed my strategy. I kept saying, oh, if I just nail what I'm trying to do, if I just get it perfectly, like if I block it just the right time,
Yeah.
and, I don't get any like actual hits on me, then I'm
You
gonna.
got stubborn.
I'm gonna do this. I got wicked stubborn,
stubborn,
and then I
yeah.
got wicked frustrated,
Right.
and then I got really angry.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was my whole night.
Throw the headset.
But I did
Throw
it.
the headset.
I did it, and that means like the rest of the game should be easier because I saved all of like the stronger ammo for later in the game.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm having a very good time with Madhouse difficulty, but I will say that I think it's taken me 10 hours so far, and I'm only
Really?
about
it's 'cause
2/3
you're
of the way through the game.
Scared to save with the...
I'm scared to save.
Yeah.
but I shouldn't be because
Why?
I'm
There's how many
limited. I don't know how many
they
tapes.
give you?
Because, like,
oh,
the
you don't
tape-
know.
Yeah, limited cassette tapes to save. But I've got like 5 saved up. Like I should be able to use them more freely now. Like I'm getting closer to the end of the game.
Yeah.
But I'm still nervous to
Yeah,
do it.
you
'Cause
might-
who knows?
Was it-
You might be happy that you saved them, though.
Yeah.
Wasn't there always a limited, like the original, the older ones?
Oh,
Wasn't
yeah.
there a very limited? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to use them sparingly when you went into that room.
Right.
Usually just pause the game, turn the TV off so your parents wouldn't yell at you,
Yep.
but the game was still on, or notice that it was.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I missed the good old days when things were simple, and the only thing you cared about was that your parents didn't know you were still playing
Right.
video games at 3 a.m.
I still
Just
tend
mute
to
it.
do that though.
Right?
So I had Final Fantasy at a certain point.
It's come full circle.
I didn't save because I was mid somewhere the night before, so I just put it in the sleep mode, and then I switched the input to, the Xbox for Netflix. Anyways, then one air conditioner, and then, I don't know, maybe too many lights, and
no.
the microwave.
No.
Pew.
No.
Yes.
No.
I didn't even know it. Right at the time, I'm like, oh, power, So I went down the basement, did my
Right.
thing, turned the power on.
Oh, no.
Went on with my
Then-
day. Hours and hours and hours later, kids are asleep, TV on. I'm like,
pumped and ready to go.
Fuck, PlayStation Lite is not on.
Yeah.
Damn it, and I already knew, and I'm like, how much have I lost? And I am not too sure how much I've lost yet because I played for a few minutes last night, and I was just like, you know what? I'll deal with this tomorrow.
I would be happy that you didn't notice till the end of the night though, because that would have just ruined your
the whole
entire
day.
day.
Yeah, I would have been wondering. Oh, I
Yeah.
should just like change the input and look quick.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
load the game up.
Oh,
Anyways,
wah, wah.
yeah.
Just wrapping things up on Seeking Dawn.
Yep.
They're saying that it's possible we might get 16 versus 16 multiplayer.
That'd be
matches.
crazy.
Yeah, they say they've got to work within the confines of the
That's a ton.
PlayStation
Yeah.
4 power and everything like that. So
Right.
we'll see how much we can actually do. But the fact that they're even trying to do that,
No shit.
that's
gonna
the
be
biggest
so
thing we
much
got
fun.
right now.
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Co-op through the whole campaign sounds awesome. And plus all the extra things you can do, besides the things we've already talked about, but like jetpacks. We wanted jetpacks
You've
in
been
Farpoint.
waiting for
You have
jetpacks.
been waiting.
Impulse
Who
Gears
hasn't?
should have done it,
Right.
man.
Really?
They should have already brought us jetpacks in Farpoint, but no,
Right.
these guys are going to beat them to the punch.
Gonna beat him.
I wonder how nauseous that's gonna make you feel though.
Well, maybe
like
the first
zooming
time,
out.
but still, you'll never forget
But
that
then,
first time.
but then who cares? Because
Right?
yeah.
I mean, I played Windlands with no problem, so I can definitely handle this.
True.
Yeah.
And then also, we've got 2 more games coming out this week. The first one is Archangel. Do you want to? Okay, this is copied and pasted from the PlayStation blog. This is the actual description of the game.
Okay.
Would you like to read it?
Sure, I'll read it.
Yeah, I want to see how descriptive this is.
All right. Archangel. Step into the cockpit of a 60. Sorry, I had to. Of a 60-story mech and feel its might at your command. You are the tip, Brian, of the spear in the United States Free Forces war against the overwhelming mechanized forces of Hominix, a tyrannical corporation that rules a post-apocalyptic America. Archangel.
Okay, now I mean, it didn't sound sexual until you did it, but
What, cock and
reading,
tips?
reading that description,
Yeah.
do you have any idea what this game is like?
High
You're in a huge
intensity
mech
mech
thing.
shooter single player.
And I feel
what I
its
got.
might at my command.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play it. It is a rail shooter, however, so like it just goes on a track, you're moving.
That might be all right, though.
Oh, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I love rail shooters.
You do. Time Splitters. Remember? Oh, not Time Splitters. Time Crisis.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the one. So this looks like a lot of fun and very different for PlayStation VR, and I
Sweet.
love that. Right? It's like we've got a lot of awesome games coming.
Yeah.
But a lot of them look similar.
Not doing it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I love your face. Yeah.
But a lot of them look similar. Like
They do,
when
yeah.
You start listing games like The Persistence and Syndrome and
Yeah.
Siren. Like all these games look similar.
Very.
I don't think anything looks like Archangel yet. So I'm glad.
Good.
Yeah, new experiences.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then also this Friday we get Super Hot.
Should Michelle read this
Super hot.
description?
Would you like to read Super Hot description?
Sure. Super hot. It's just fun to
Super hot.
Super hot.
Super hot.
Lose track of what's real.
Super
Commit yourself, body, and mind. Confront the evocative, elegantly brutal world of super hot VR. Enemies pouring into the room from all sides. A dozen bullets coursing through the air. Wait, something is different here.
Again, to not even talk about like the time element or like how the game plays.
Yeah.
It's I get that they're trying to be. I mean, not they're trying to be descriptive, but they're not telling us about the game. They're telling us like in a creative way.
Yeah.
What the game's like, and it's not. It doesn't sell the game for me.
Well, this is perfect because the game, I mean, not the gameplay, but when you watch some of the videos, until you told me that time stops when you're not moving
Right.
and then it moves when you move, I had no interest in the game. That one little element makes me want to
You're
play
like,
the
and
game.
sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure you're not the only one.
Exactly. Many
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So these are both coming this week, and that's very
Lots of people have been waiting for Super Hot, too.
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's probably one of the most anticipated games coming to VR right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is absolutely.
Is that a download
Skyrim.
only right now? Or is that
Super
gonna
Hot?
be yeah.
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 How much is it going to be?
It's already available for pre-order, and I forget to check the price. I want to. I don't know. I'm not even going to guess. But I do know that you definitely
Comment
save some
below.
money.
Do you have any idea? I'm just kidding.
It's like,
He's not going to guess, damn it.
but just everybody keep this in mind. I know I've seen a lot of comments about this.
Yeah.
2 different games. There's Super Hot is coming to PlayStation 4 for the very first time on the same day. Right? It was already on Xbox, it was already on PC. But Super Hot VR is a different game.
Yeah.
So don't buy one thinking you're getting the other at the same time. And there is a bundle where you can get both, and I think save a few bucks. So just keep that in mind. Don't buy one and thinking it's both.
Good to know.
Right.
Cleared.
And they are very different games, so you might want to play both. Who knows?
Yeah.
Word. Super hot.
Super hot. All right, you guys. What do you think? Does that take care of the weekly wrap-up?
I think that wraps it up.
It's all wrapped up.
Oh, shit. One more game coming out.
Oh,
I
This is
said
really
it was
strange.
wrapped up.
Too bad. No, there's one more game. And no. I found this really late. So it turns out that there's a game called The Idolmaster, Cinderella Girls. And there's a bunch of Idolmaster games that never got localized. Like, they're always, like, Japanese because they're all, like, very a little bit pervy, right? And I think they're pervy. I've never played one, so I'm just assuming that this is what I think it is.
Yeah.
Remember that Hatsune Miku VR game that I reviewed? It's like she's on stage and you're just kind of there with a
Yes.
light stick and you're like...
It was
like,
very
Yeah.
almost
Yes.
That's almost exactly what this looks like, except
Really?
now you've got like 9, J-pop idols on the stage, and I think you have a
Weird.
little bit more
Now
control over
there's
the
9
camera.
of them.
But it's
How
the
many
same.
more?
It seems like the same kind of game, and I think it's also coming to the store on Tuesday today when you see this. I guess it's really strange that these things aren't on the drop on the PlayStation blog. I don't know why they're not promoting these games.
Maybe they don't want to be associated with them. I don't know.
Maybe. Maybe. Who knows? Yeah. But whatever the case, I think that'll probably do it for the wrap-up.
Cool.
All right.
All right. So make sure you tune in tomorrow for PlayStation VR Theater. As always, I'm Brian. That's Jeremy. This is Michelle. And we'll see you
Tomorrow
Manana.
for PlayStation Theater.
Theater. You gotta do
Okay,
it.
bye.
theater.
No.
Hey, a lollipop. It's like a
No.
black and white, like sitcom theater.
Lollipop,
Good boy.
lollipop.
Yes.